everybody. Welcome in. Good to see you. This is another episode of Split Screen Podcast. I'm joined by the three same gentlemen, as always. John, how we doing?
We're good. Coming off a week's vacation. Got out, recharged the batteries. We're here.
I swear I thought you were just going to do this and then not say words, and I was going to be so furious.
There was a delay, and it was like, is he going to say anything?
I thought we were about to have a big problem. Andy, how are you? How are things going? And don't do.
Do it in reverse.
Oh, yeah, bring it back in. How we doing, Andy?
Doing pretty good now. Everything's going pretty good. Been playing a little bit of college football and finally won a game after losing a bunch. Changed my playbook up. Playbook wasn't doing it for me.
Needed a change, huh?
So yeah, that was a good made it a good day.
Dan, I'm doing well. I was doing well. I'm getting
Dan, how you
already. Good.
How you doing though?
I've been doing good. Changing up the gameplay lately. I know the last few times it was the same old. I decided to be miserable and been playing EVE Online again. Because you know what's better? Yeah, what's better than getting into a game with one of the steepest learning curves in all of gaming? And
you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. No, it's been. We Peak made it into the rotation. You and I and our friend Michael played that. I was viciously murdered by him in the first game, so I got to be a ghost and haunt him for the rest of the trip.
It's funny because in that game you turn into a ghost once you die, and then you float around one of the other people you're spectating, and you can choose how close or far you are to them. So Dan was.
I was like right here on Michael's face the entire time,
blocking his view and things like that. So that was really kind of revenge in a certain way.
Yeah, because we found a blowgun, and he goes, "I don't think you're responsible enough for that." And I said, "Fair enough." I walked away, and I hear, and all of a sudden, I'm dead. So he had it coming.
It's a very.
He goes, "I thought it would just put you to sleep," and I was like, "Yeah, if I wasn't already half dead," which I was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
So
it's a very fun game. I was surprised.
It is fun.
Sold over 10 million copies, by the way, which is kind of crazy. It's only an $8 game still, but I mean, regardless of any price.
What game is this?
It's called Peak, P-E-A-K. It is only $8. So I think anytime a game crosses 10 million, I don't care what the price is, right? Even free games sometimes don't hit that threshold. So, really, really cool. Glad to see that.
I think we talked about this like the very first episode. I think this game was name dropped.
Yeah, because me and Dan were playing a lot of those games like that, the content type games with, I think it was content warning. It was repo. Peak was a part of that, or just coming up, I think as well. So,
Majoring has got to be next. I'm telling you.
That's we'll have to maybe if we jump into that one. That one's only a $2 or $3 game, so I mean
$2.99.
I mean that you can't beat it. I myself have been pretty good. Nothing too much to report. I'm just trying to think of what I played, but I've been just playing. Oh, Madden. Madden's a big one. I've been playing Madden a lot. Doing a lot of Ultimate Team stuff. One of the better soundtracks in this year's game. That's for sure. Just a lot of good songs in there, old and new, which is cool. Love to hear that. But other than that, I've just been, I don't know, just kind of
understand everybody's raving. Everybody's raving about the QB moves. The fact that you can do stuff behind the line of scrimmage now. Scrambling
quarterbacks were already kind of a problem, right? Oh, you just had to game plan for that option. But now the fact that they can actively juke in the backfield is kind of crazy. I mean, it's almost like Lamar Jackson is a whole different monster.
It's like back in the day, Madden, where it's like, all right, everybody play, but nobody could be the Falcons because you can't have Michael Vick.
Yep, exactly.
It's back to that kind of a feel.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't really. I don't know if I haven't played anybody online or even like on a user game or anything like that yet, so I haven't experienced it. But I'm sure, like, if you were to play Ultimate Team, a lot of those builds are going to be around those quarterbacks and things like that. So Is what it is.
You
Part
see
of the
a
game.
lot of them. Yep.
Yeah, part of the game. A lot of contain, a lot of QB spies. I mean, you just gotta sacrifice a defender for it. Other than that, I think we're just gonna hop straight into the quick hits. We're gonna switch things up this week a little bit. Normally we'll start with some topics, then we'll go to the quick hits, then we'll do games releasing this week. We're gonna switch it up because the main topic, there's only one topic. Everything else is kind of just a quick announcement or quick little headline, if you will. But there's a big week. We'll get to this topic, but Gamescom happened. I think it's continuing to happen today, if not the last day, for like showcases and announcements and stuff like that. So if you don't know what Gamescom is, it takes place in Cologne, Germany. It's kind of the European E3, but there is no more E3 over here. It's more
RIP.
Jeff Keighley Summer Games Fest, or the Keith Keighley's, or the Keychella, or whatever you want to call it. There's a whole bunch of people call it all sorts of different shit. So but that's
and for the record, we're not there. We're not coming live from Germany.
Yeah,
right?
Unfortunately, the travel plans and sponsors didn't come through. Unfortunately, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
so,
right. It all fell apart.
It is what it is. You know, sometimes we have the time.
Sorry, I mean, I was like, I've been to Germany so many times. It's kind of like I was bored with it, right?
But a couple quick hits here. I have no time for saying multiple words. I just combine them all together.
Plus, I just want to point out, John, we would have also, our wives and our kids that we all have, we probably would have missed them if we were in Germany. So, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. Don't know what they would have done.
Mine would have missed me terribly.
The first we have Hollow Knight Silksong actually gets a release date. That has been, I think, in develop for 7 years, I think. Highly anticipated by many people. Looking forward to that game. If you don't know what Hollow Knight Silksong is, you might possibly live under a rock. That's okay. A lot of people have been talking about it. The first game was critically acclaimed. It's a Metroidvania style. Well, yeah, John. Yeah, that's going to be the trend, right? I think John is very much in his niche of stuff, right? You're here and everything else going
He's
around
20 years
him.
behind on trailers.
Yeah, true. He still hasn't seen the Halo.
That reminds me.
Uh-oh.
No. Halo 3 looks like it's going to be just a banger of a game.
I think you're right.
You have no idea, John.
You might be on to something, buddy.
I got to tell you.
Premonitions, man. I'm buying into it.
Yeah. It's got some awards in its future.
I think you're right. I think honestly, in team doubles, you'll probably be up there in the high 40s of the ranking system, probably. Just a guess.
You put the shotty in my hands.
But Hollow Knight Silksong does get a release date of September 4th, which is in a couple weeks, which is crazy because there wasn't a release date or a window up until this point. So they did say this year. They talked about it releasing, but I think them coming out on the 4th is kind of huge. So a couple weeks. A lot of those Silksong gooners are going to be really happy. And I think that's going to be, my wife is one of them. So she's going to be very excited to play that. Yeah, dude. Hey, keep it gooning. You know what I mean? The next quick one we have, well, actually, before I jump, any of you guys Silksong going to hop in? John, no, obviously. Andy?
I haven't really played the first Hollow Knight yet, so not right away. Gotcha. But it's on my ever-growing list.
Of course, so. Yeah, it'll never stop, not until we're dead. Dan, what about you? Probably not. I don't think you attempted the first one.
No, I've heard a ton of stuff about the first one. I probably read 24 articles over the course of time about it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's a really well-made game. It's just not usually in my what I like to play.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm not a big Metroidvania kind of guy. I don't like backtracking in games is really difficult for me. It has to be really engaging and give me a really intriguing purpose to do it. So my wife, on the other hand, complete opposite. She loves to collect everything. She loves to find everything. That's kind of her style. So I get to watch her enjoy that game, which will be fun. Next point we have here, Andy, you know who Rod Ferguson is, right?
Say that again.
You know who Rod Ferguson is?
Name sounds familiar.
He helped create the Gears of War franchise. After that, he was with the Coalition, right? Still continuing that Gears of War. left to go to Blizzard and help with the Diablo franchise for Diablo 4 and that launch and get that ship launched and ready to go. But he has since left Blizzard, which I think we mentioned in a previous episode.
I believe we did.
Maybe it's one of the lost episodes. You'll never know. But he left Blizzard, right? And he has landed at Cloud Chamber as studio head. Cloud Chamber is the one who is developing, and this is going to be where I care the most. They are developing BioShock 4, and it seems to be that it is in some development hell, if you will. So he's coming in to be the fixer of that situation, right? The ship, launch the game, probably come in, and who knows if he'll stick around or if he'll just be like, I'm out. I fixed another one. That's kind of what I do, and I'm going to move on to something else that's in trouble. So me personally, I'm excited about it. Rod Ferguson seems to be know what he's doing. So he did this with BioShock Infinite, I think, when they were releasing that, when that was going through some development shit as well. He jumped on, released it. I love BioShock Infinite. It's not my favorite of the series, but it's still a great addition to the series. So me personally couldn't be happier, especially if you put BioShock 4. That just means they're going to get some talented people in there and write that ship. So I'm excited about it just because I think he knows what he's doing. So we'll see what happens. But
is the creator of BioShock involved?
Ken Levine?
With this? Ken Levine, yeah.
No, he's got his own. He's the one that is developed what is his, I don't remember his company but he is developing a game called Judas. Kind of the same style as BioShock.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. But he is currently at Ghost Story Games.
He started his own company.
Yeah. Yep. Ghost Story Games is what he's doing. He co-founded that. And that's where they're developing and making Judas, which if you've seen a trailer for that, I strongly suggest. It looks fantastic, but it is that first person kind of abilities and guns, you know what I mean? And choose which route you're going to go down. So that's kind of what he's doing these days. Next is a kind of a cool one. Helldivers 2 crossing over with ODST, Halo ODST. And they had a trailer that officially announced it, which was awesome. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see they teased it in one trailer at the end. Then they actually announced it in a full length trailer for that. So Helldivers, very, very excited to hop into that soon on Xbox. Or Steam. I don't know. I really don't have a preference. I don't know why I haven't jumped into it already, but I think that crossover is really cool. But the reason I wanted to talk about it a little bit more is the wildest thing in where I saw the actual trailer was on the PlayStation YouTube channel, right? So you're thinking, Helldivers 2, I get it. But then you see ODST and you hear the noise and you hear Halo and you're like, things are getting weird. We definitely live in a different time, right? Of crossovers and exclusivity. We've talked about it many, many times. It feels like we talked about one of the stories from PlayStation actually changing their hardware focused mentality to be more of a platform based. So I mean, I think it's just really, really cool to see that type of shit. Dan, I think we talked about, you and I will jump into Helldivers hopefully at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. I keep forgetting about the fact that, like, a long portion of its lifespan, I didn't have the PC, and then I got the PC. I could have got it on Steam. I keep forgetting that, but I had been waiting, not thinking again about the Steam thing, for it to come to Xbox, which I didn't think was going to happen because I wanted to play it. It looks like it is a pretty fun time.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves to hear that achievement noise pop, right? I don't think there's any other sound like it, to be honestly. So, and then I've got one more. Yeah, dude, absolutely. And I remember that when you go from the 360 to the Xbox One, and I don't remember if the rare achievement noise was already there. Do you remember if it was with the Xbox One?
I don't think it was.
I don't think. I think it came mid.
Came a little bit later, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But you thought just hearing the noise was great. Then you hear the rare achievement noise, and you're like, okay, all right, dude. This is, dude. So good. Such a good, dopamine hit there. Last quick hit I've got here before we hop into the main topic and go over some games and stuff we'll touch on. Sony is increasing all PS5 models by $50. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. They announced that earlier this week. But guess what? It's happening actually today. Today is the 21st of August. This is when they're actually going to do it. They announced it Monday, I think it was, and said it's happening on the 21st. Didn't give really anybody any time to.
So if you get paid tomorrow on Friday and you were planning,
exactly right. They were like, you know what?
That's more bucks.
That's a crazy way to put it too. I didn't even think about payday being on a Friday. That's wild, man. But I saw something come out first before I talk about this part. John, your takeaways on that? I mean, do you think it's what are we doing here? I mean, obviously, we're all consumers, right?
We're not surprised. They've been talking about it for months. That's all the morning. I watch a lot of morning news shows, the Today Show and all that, and that's all they talk about is tariffs lately. So,
yeah,
color me shocked.
It's too bad, but again, color. Yeah, we're not surprised. Everything everybody understood this was coming.
Now, what I'm curious for, can you go backwards? Let's without getting political, let's say agreements are made and tariffs are lifted and trade business gets better.
Okay.
Does the price drop? Does Sony say, okay, we'll go back? I'm of the feeling that once profits rise, it's very hard to take them back.
Yeah, you're right, but usually you don't see systems that are this old go up in price. So it's a little unprecedented time, right? So usually it's the opposite, right? They knew something new coming out. They were trying to lower the price to get out the stock that they built. But to that point,
that's true. I forget because the PS5 is current. I feel like it's brand new still, but it's not. It's
almost 5 years.
3, 4.
It's almost 5 years.
How many years now? Almost 5 years. Yeah. Okay. So that does kind of adds another level.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh?
And my opinion is that you were talking about maybe it comes back down sooner or later, maybe once tariffs or whatever trade deals are taken back. You have to think of what they did when they were announced but not enacted. They front loaded all of the stock. They made sure they shipped everything immediately, right? So then we were getting through all of that stock. People were getting through all the stuff and all those shipments and all that kind of shit. So then you have to think that's going to be the same way that they're going to handle this. They're probably going to either lessen, or granted they're charging more, which was an outcome that it could be. But then once the stock that has the tariffs added to it dissipates, if there is a change in deals, right? Then you have to think maybe, but who knows what that buffer is. But also if people are going to buy at that price, we know how that works, right? We are really the ones that are in control of that, which sucks because you're like, I want a PS5. Well, just whoever's looking to get one is like, I would like to get one. I'm not trying to send a message. I just want a PS5. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's a difficult place to be in, I think, at that point.
It's that whole idea of like every year, do you see it on Facebook? Like every year there's always like a group that gets created and they're like, on this day, nobody buy gas. We're gonna flatline the gas prices because nobody's gonna buy gas. If everybody would just agree to do it, we could take the gas prices down. And then that day comes and I look at my gas tank and I'm like, I need gas.
There's a short list of things I don't care about tracking. I think John, I think we recently had this conversation, I think. Maybe it wasn't you. But anyways, I think there's a very few things that I care about tracking. That's the gas price. That's what my electric bill is going to be.
Yeah, it was me.
That's what my heating bill is going to be. And you know what I mean? That's those things I could change and I could complain about how much they cost, but I still need those things. So it's not like I could complain about, oh, gas is $4. Well, I still need to get to work and I'm not riding my bike.
What's the alternative?
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can't directly impact it. So that's kind of where I'm at. But It's funny you mentioned that.
Write your local congressman.
Yeah. Yeah. Give him a, well, maybe don't write them. Maybe you can call them. I'm sure they have different.
No, I don't know if you've seen congressmen. Most of them, a phone is pretty advanced technology to them.
That's true. That's true. They still prefer the pen and paper.
They prefer a lot of weird and untraditional things nowadays.
So, Dan, your takeaway: PS5 going up in price. Not surprised.
I mean,
but I'm assuming shitty all around.
I mean, we saw the Switch, right? They just raised the price of the old Switch, right? Like, and they talked about the Switch 2 initially coming out at a higher price point. Xbox said a while back their stuff was going up. It's unprecedented, right? Because as you said, normally right by now we're seeing the second or third lifetime like price decreases, or they're new bundling where they're trying to continue to eke out what different sales on the units, right. And so I mean, to your point, like that's what makes it kind of a hard thing to guess, because I think if things change economically speaking and are more favorable, it wouldn't be crazy for them to eventually come back down, because like it's common again, right, over the course of these generation life cycles to see those prices come down. So it wouldn't be the craziest thing, and it wouldn't be like a weird business move for them. But as you've said, and kind of somebody else said, if the people are buying it still and they're still seeing decent sales numbers even with the price rate, what's going to compel them to do that? Yeah, right. Like
other than an image boost, right? And what else is it?
And let's be honest, like, I mean, at the end of the day,
right.
as publicly traded companies, their stockholders and stuff, they don't give a shit about the image, right? Like, we want to see returns on dollars, we want to see profits. That's the ever sliding slope when you talk about publicly traded companies, because they have a legal obligation to try to make returns for their shareholders. So I mean, you always have to go higher and higher. Like that's the thing. Like it's an impossible thing eventually.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I mean, we could talk this into the dirt, right? Yeah. It sucks all around. Shitty situation for consumers. Hopefully it does change. We can all hope for that. But I'm in no need of a PS5. I'm pretty good. So for those that are, that's probably the worst. So I apologize to those trying to get one. But I don't want to see is the secondhand market go up as well. That's what I don't.
Oh, it will. See. It will. That's the unfortunate part.
Which sucks so bad, because I don't want to see $50 more added to some of these PS5s that come back to some of the secondhand stores that I frequent. You know what I mean? I don't want to see them charge more for that. Probably going to, because the price will go up and price charting and all that other shit that people track and whatever. But I would hope that would stay the same, especially in those like secondhand stores. In my opinion, should be a very inventory focused, like cycling through your inventory quickly if you can. I know you want to maximize your margins, but in my opinion, to run a successful one that's good, if you don't have the constant turnover of different inventory and stuff like that, I mean, you have to buy high and sell a little bit lower to lower that margin, but you always have new things coming in that are going to catch people's eye. That's how I think it should be done. I've seen I've been to a lot of them where I'm like, that is how much, you know what I mean? But they've still been in business for so long. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. But I mean, something must be working somewhere. So hopefully secondhand market doesn't get impacted a lot by that, but we'll see. Let's get on to it. Gamescom, it happened. Let's talk about a few announcements. John's already got his background set up. I've got my background set up for something that I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to start with you, John. It looks like you've got your game of the show that you're pretty much excited about, which I wasn't surprised. I didn't have the time to do it. I was going to pick a game that got announced from all of these different showcases for each one of you, just as a guess of like, hey, I think this is something that you'd really like. I didn't get time to do it, but I already had John's once I saw that announcement, outside of obviously Resident Evil, which we already know about. But this was a new announcement that I'm like, John's really going to dig that just because of your past. So what's getting you excited about it? Batman, the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. What's got you all wrapped up in it?
Well, it kind of looks like a return to form for Telltale Games, personally speaking. Okay. The Lego games are banger after banger after banger, but personally speaking, I haven't gotten a Lego game in probably 5, 6, 7 years. Just because I'm choosy about the franchises that I like, you know, and so I don't, if it's not a movie that I liked, but Lego, you know, I pass. I have the original trilogy of the Star Wars, the Lego,
Okay.
you know, the complete saga, you know, the very first one. But that's it for anything Star Wars Lego related. That is the only Lego Star Wars game I have. And they went and made like what 32, I think, Lego Star Wars games since then. And I didn't get any of them because I'm kidding about the number. I don't know how many there, but
No,
there's so many.
I wanted to revisit
friggin-
something you said. You said
Okay.
you said Telltale, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that's not right. It's
Trails
TT
Yeah.
and
games.
Fails.
Okay, I was going to say something.
TT,
but
not Tell. You're right.
Okay, I knew you didn't mean that because I was like Telltale is developing this game. That's crazy. So, anyways,
That's a big shift changer for them.
Yeah, proceed.
Freudian slip there. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, no, it's a return to form personally for me. You know, back to the series that started it for me. You know, the original Lego Batman, the snot out of that game. Matter of fact, that's one that I even convinced my wife to play. She'll play every now and again if I can convince her to do video games with. Lego games are usually a sure safe bet. Yeah. Do you want to do video games tonight?
You want to do some video games tonight? Come on.
That felt weird coming off the tongue there,
That's
but
okay.
I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it and see if anybody says anything.
John, are you
Sure
doing
enough.
pot? Are you doing marijuana?
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, if I can convince her to have a video game night, there you go. Usually the Lego games are a surefire, safe bet for an enjoyable evening. Although she gets irritated because I know what I'm doing, and so
You
like
backseat
yeah.
gamer her.
yeah, I lead the way, and then I inevitably like get in her way and just do something, and she's like, I was doing that. Okay, whatever.
I've been through this show. I've
but
been through
there's
this
that.
show
But
already.
yeah. But yeah, the original Lego Batman trilogy, I loved it. Every single one of them, 1, 2, and 3. I didn't get into the villains one, the DC villains one, or the Lego Batman movie. I think they made that. So like just the original trilogy is the one that God, I love that one so much. So I'm really
Oh yeah.
really hoping that this harkens back to that. Obviously with a new twist, with a new coat of paint on it, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, going with the art style.
Well,
the way
let
that
me
this
ask you
one
this: you mentioned new paint, but does the open world style do anything for you?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Lego Batman 2 had an open world. Lego Batman.
Oh, okay. I myself have not
3
jumped
had
into
an open
those.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them have adopted that open world. The Lego Marvel ones, they got the open world.
Oh yeah.
They're
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
They're fun for what they are. It's an open world, but it's guided a little bit. Like there's not much to do. It's not like you're gonna kill an hour in the open world section doing nothing.
Okay, so it's not like a collectathon on like for side quest stuff that you can do. Granted, I think every Lego game technically is. Right? With the bricks, the golden bricks and all this. Yeah. All
Did you play
Right,
or
yeah.
have you seen the Star Wars collection, the last one that they had that had all 9 movies in it?
Oh,
Have
the
you played?
Skywalker saga. That one?
Yeah, Skywalker Saga.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is open world in such a way that you can go to like any movie at any time. And I think it may be more open world than what you're getting at, John. So this game could be, even more open.
Even more than I know.
Yeah.
As a modern version of what their open world is. I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. That'd be cool. I'm thinking I'm thinking Lego, but like the Arkham games, right? That's what I'm thinking. How sick would that be?
And from the trailer, the fighting style that they had Batman, do the beat 'em ups with, it kind of had that little Arkham feel to it.
Actually, yeah. It's now that I'm reading an article from what is this? Game Luster. I don't know, never heard of it, but it's by Bobby Kent. Came out yesterday. There was a part in here I wanted to read about this. It says players will be able to explore an open world Gotham City similar to Batman Arkham Knight, whilst fighting criminals with explicitly Arkham-like combat with combos, counters, and dodges, all polished with usual Lego game flair and cartoonish comedy. So like,
There you go.
that's how you get me to play a new game like this, is you add the fight style of the Arkham games, because the Arkham games are fantastic.
Yeah, they're
right? So
fantastic.
that's that sentence alone piqued my interest, I think, with playing this kind of game.
And then you a lot of people are sort of drawn the line as far as audio, what they like, in the old school grunt mazes. I believe Lego Batman 2, I think was the very first Lego game that utilized like actual voice acting, and then and everything since then was voice actors instead of grunts and groans. So, but you have a lot of people who are on that camp that, it was more cheeky. It was more lighthearted that way, and you get actual voice acting a little more serious. So, but they, Lego still does a good job with their cheekiness and with the jokes that they add in. They got their like. So all in all, it's exciting. Anytime a new Lego game comes out, I'm always excited. What franchise are they going to be doing now? Going back to Batman, I think it's a safe bet for TT to do that, because I think it's going to be a guaranteed slam dunk going back to Batman.
Yeah, I think it's a massive, it's a win there. Oops. I did something on my end. Whoops. Okay.
The only thing that I could ask, and I mentioned this before we started recording, I wish it would. It says that it's really taking elements from the Nolan, Burton, and Reeves era Batman universes. I'm old school. I love the Adam West Batman. I wish we could even go back and touch into that Batman. Go up, walk up the side of the wall with the rope.
Technically,
I'd love
technically that game wouldn't fit, or that era wouldn't fit in the title of this game, because it says the legacy of the Dark Knight. But maybe if they do a different game, but then they give all the old style stuff, you know what I mean? Sure. How sick would that be? That would be really, really cool.
Yeah. I should write my congressman.
There you go. Yeah, write him and be, hey, I think you should.
Send him a telegram.
Yeah, there you go. Let him know.
Or telegraph message. And he'll be right on.
If our viewers learn one thing tonight, I want them to know that they need to write their congressman if they want to see change.
Yeah, you have a voice. That's the
biggest thing.
Use it or lose it.
That's right. Well, yeah, maybe not your voice in this case. Andy,
your pen.
Andy, what about you? You have a couple takeaways. Well, actually, before I move on, I'm sorry, John, do you have any more that you wanted to talk about?
I assume we're going to talk about Resident Evil later. So Lego, we tie that up. That's enough.
We'll touch on Resident Evil, because that's a pretty big topic for this podcast and this party. So, Andy, what about you? Takeaways from Gamescom you want to mention?
Yeah, Resident Evil, of course. I've enjoyed the recent games.
Oh, what's that?
A lot. And this seems to be kind of following that same pattern. So looking forward to that. The Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC. That was like my game of the year. I absolutely love that game. 100%ed it. Really looking forward to this DLC and revisiting it. And Bubsy 4D looks really interesting. Let's just say, the voice sounds nothing like the original one, and I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest with you. But he's not like wearing his shirt anymore. It's like his shirt is open and the exclamation point is just like on his chest, like it's his hair. I don't know, but I don't know, Bubsy, love him or hate him, there's no in between. So, those were my takeaways.
Bubsy's kind of a deep cut, right? I mean, I personally never played the Bubsy games, never touched
Best
them.
platformer in history is what I hear.
What could possibly go wrong?
I would fight that, even though I haven't played, but all due respect, sure. So
it was sarcasm. It's considered one of the worst.
When was the last Bubsy game that came out? What is it? Was it? I'm assuming Bubsy 3D.
They've released a couple like smaller Bubsy games. Somebody has. This is coming out from Atari, and so is the collection. But somebody's released some smaller games that had like PS4 digital releases or physical releases, and maybe digital on all systems. But I don't know when the last one came out.
We had a couple actually. Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back 2017, a 2.5 platformer on PC, Switch, PS4. And then Bubsy Paws on Fire 2019, 2.5D platformer developed by Choice Provisions for PC, Switch, and PS4. So, I don't know if you call those like number titles like you normally get. Those are probably just offshoots, or is that kind of how you're approaching it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of the franchise, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if they're calling it Bubsy 4D because they're going back to the numbering system, doing some sort of like Tony Hawk 5 crap here. When it was like Tony Hawk 27. But I can't really speak to that. I mean, Bubsy 3D was, I believe, technically the fourth game.
Oh,
shit. The Jaguar one came out before it.
Gotcha.
So
interesting. Well, hey, you know what's cool though? Just seeing old characters like this come back, right? And just have a new game come out. This is just neat, right? Regardless of the size or whatever, or AAA, not AAA, whatever it is, just seeing these old characters come back is always fun. Dan, any takeaways for you? I know that Gamescom is an event, like it's a long drawn out thing. It's not like a show like the Game Awards or Summer Game Fest, but anything you wanted to touch on that you kind of found out of it? Or
yeah, I mean, the Lords of the Fallen 2 look cool. I mean, I've never played the first one, but that one looked intriguing as well.
How are you gonna just take my fucking shit like that?
I'm just saying, I can't. That's all I can say to it is it looks good. Like it's probably a good game. I haven't played either of them. I'd be interested to maybe try it. Like
their co-op, I would love. Oh, for fuck's sake, I would love to go through the most recent one with you co-op. Absolutely would love that shit. That'd be so good.
Definitely open to it. The only other thing for me, it was not even a game, honestly. It was the Fallout Season 2 announcement. I mean, the show on Amazon, they nailed it, right? Like it's campy and goofy. Like it's like the games, right? Like they did a good job of really bringing the games to life. Like they didn't try to be like, oh, well, the power, like a Brotherhood of Steel power suit to be realistic and grounded, like, no, it's a big, crazy ass suit. Like, well, this guy got a little robot peg. Like it's very, they live in the silliness of the world. And the second season looks like it's going to carry that on. And we're going to arguably one of the fan base's most favorite settings, right? Like it's the people are very passionate about it. And I like the overhead, it says that this whole thing started with one man, and it's tying in very well to the way that they want that story in New Vegas to hit with you, which is that Mr. House is like a string puller here.
Yep.
And with the way they left the cliffhanger, with Vault Tech and that, like it's just there's a lot going. I can't wait for it to get here.
Yeah, dude. I'm locked in.
I want to know if we're gonna see the Legion.
Yeah,
and the NCR.
Yep, right. Yep, depends on. Yeah,
we're gonna go to the Muertas. Like, there's so much. Man.
Yeah, it all depends.
We know we're gonna see a Deathclaw.
Well, the thing is, we saw a lot of, from my understanding, we saw some clips of current, right? But we did see a ton of flashback, New Vegas, right? So, that's what I'm really, really excited to see where it is, what the standings are, what it looks like currently. Yes, the obviously seeing Mr. Robert House is huge. I think that's going to be massive. New Vegas is by far my favorite Fallout, with 3 shortly trailing that. Not far behind.
Yeah.
3 is really, really pivotal for me.
You weren't a big 4 fan, were you?
I don't know why. Well, I think I know why, because I felt forced.
There's
in
some
a lot of
there's
directions.
the settlements. There's some settlements
because
that
there
need
was
your
way
help.
too many settlements that needed my help.
Yeah.
So 4 was fun. I think it was just an evolution of it. I am excited for what comes next of Fallout.
I think
video
4
game
was
wise, but we'll see.
cool that they took a stab at some new things. Like they tried, right? I tell people like you can see that they were just trying some things. Like doesn't mean settlements are always going to be. It was just them trying to see what new mechanics or facets they could add to it.
Yeah,
and I don't, I'm not going to knock them for that because I don't think it was.
I do feel like that thing was a let's see how they like doing stuff all the time and having something always available to do.
Yep.
Which feeds people straight into 76, and they're like, look, endless capabilities. You have so many things that you can do, and it never ends. Look at that.
Except in that one, they're like, you're doing it alone initially, and then maybe we'll fix it.
But you have to wait for your friends. You can't necessarily play with them yet. But then also, we don't have any NPCs. We do, but they're all robots and/or animals. They're not actual people. So yeah. So it's that game evolved into something that was pretty special, though. I would be honest with you that I'm glad they stuck with that.
You wrote me back into it all the damn time, and then you stop, and I end up playing it for months again.
Dude, they almost get me every single time. The Division does the same shit. A DLC comes out.
Yeah, you drug me into that too.
Yeah, dude, DLC comes out, you play it, an expansion, you're like, this is sick. All right, I beat it. Back to what I was doing before.
Now I remember why I stopped playing it, so I'm kind of done again.
Yeah, exactly. But really, really cool. Kind of neat. It revolves around video games. That there's a show kind of was a big takeaway for you. That's really, really cool. For me, Lords of the Fallen 2 looks fantastic.
Jeez, we already talked about that, man. Come on, move on.
Get an original pick. Lords of the Fallen 2 looks fantastic. Very, very excited to see what they can do with a continuation from the one from I don't know, remember the year. But the first Lords of the Fallen, not the original, because if you remember, there was a Lords of the Fallen that came out, I think, for the 360 that wasn't received very well. They kind of rebooted and came back to it and tried it again. That one came out. So was this the right one? Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. 2014 was the original one that came out on the 360. Was not received very well. I think it also was released on both. It was one of those crossover games that also released on the Xbox One. Not a big fan of that one. But the 2023 version, they rebooted it, came out with another one 9 years later. I initially tried it, didn't care for it, tried it again after maybe a year and a half, fell in love with it. Don't know why, don't know what happened. It just clicked. I'm always in my Souls-like era, if you will. So it just clicked, and we're continue to go with it. But led me to be super excited about this announcement in this game. In the co-op, I have yet to see if it's going to be awesome, but it looks like there is a friend pass system for co-op play, Dan. So I think only one of us technically has to own the game, which is really, really cool. That's
my way.
Yeah, that's my takeaway, I think, for that one. There were some awesome ones, obviously some huge ones. You had, of course, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 was revealed a lot of their gameplay. You had, what else was here? There was Wukong Black Myth 2. I don't remember the name of it. I probably would butcher it anyways, even if I did. They announced Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the anime, which is kind of cool. Oh, Black Myth Zong Kui, which is cool. That's a cool name. Warhammer Dawn of War 4. World of Warcraft Midnight was announced. Monster Hunter has a crossover with Final Fantasy 14. Onimusha Way of the Sword, which is going to be a pretty cool one. That one's really, really cool to see come out here. Let's see what else. Silent Hill.
I assume that's in the same universe as the Onimusha Warlord.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me look up what the timeline is, or if they've even announced that. Let's do here timeline, because I am curious myself where it fits.
Because they also did an Onimusha anime too, I believe.
I'm trying to see. It's not really giving me a good. Yeah, maybe they haven't announced or gone over the
Maybe
timeline of
not,
where
yeah.
it takes place in there, but it's not coming out till 2026. But it looks really good. Capcom continuing to kill it with those games. But yeah, Gamescom came. It happened. It still is happening. So many good announcements come out of this week, which is cool. I do appreciate, I think, the smaller showcases, right? I think these long, drawn out things like this are really tough for people to watch, but also I do also appreciate the fact it gives people in Europe their own thing, right? That's why I like Gamescom. It's not just an LA focused thing. Oh, you got to travel.
Yeah.
Big news can still come from these showcases, which is really, really cool. I had also, there was a future game show that was announced, or actually that happened, that I wanted to go over here. Hell Let Loose was announced. Vietnam reveal trailer coming out for 2026. That's going to be
Forgot about that.
Skate had a developer interview. That's still to be decided for this year, but good God, I hope it comes out and it comes out fantastic, as Skate is one of my favorites. And last but not least for me is The Blood of Dawnwalker, which is a vampire RPG, which I've talked about, I believe, a couple times on the show, if not, but it's going to be a highly driven, narrative, immersive RPG that is probably going to be pretty up there for a lot of those people. It comes from Rebel Wolves developer. So that's kind of cool. Very, very cool there. But just a lot. Hardly anything for people to keep up with. I'm sitting here going through a list of things and I'm like, oh shit, there was this showcase. Oh, wait, I forgot. There was also this announcement show. So it's really, really cool to see that.
Yeah.
But another one I want to discuss, probably the last one on the list here, Resident Evil Requiem. If you didn't get a chance to check that out.
Least important one.
If you didn't get a chance to check that out, John, you watched the trailer more recently than I did. So what are your takeaway, at least from what they showed? You didn't watch any of the extended stuff, right? You just watched what they revealed, correct?
I just watched the trailer an hour ago. So yeah, it's fresh on the mind.
What'd the trailer do for you?
Well, Grace had her shoes on the bed was what I took away from the trailer. And you know, the idea that any civilized person would wear shoes on a bed is mortifying.
That's it right there. That's the end. Yeah, that's the horrifying.
Yeah.
That's the scary.
Cancel the game.
Jump scare of
Cancel the
game.
game. Redo it. Yeah. No, it was. I mean, hell, Alyssa. You get Alyssa Ashcroft back. You know, we haven't seen her since Outbreak. So that was such an awesome nod to. I love the fact that this ties the Ashcrofts into the game, because what that does is it sort of canonizes Outbreak. It brings Outbreak into that conversation of canon now. You know, this means that Outbreak is
a frontline
in the conversation.
Yeah, if you have a character from one of the offshoot games in a mainline numbered game, yeah, you're pretty much made it, right?
Yeah. So that was very cool. It was a very cinematic trailer. There was only about 9 seconds of like gameplay footage, you know, and it was like you following Alyssa thing across the screen, an objective, and it's follow mom, you know. So it's like, okay, you do that, and then it cut to another cinematic thing, and it's like, okay, they really show much gameplay. It was very, you know, I think it was a 3.5 minute trailer. And so, you know, you're talking 3 minutes and 20 seconds of movie. But I ate it up for all 3.5 minutes of that trailer. So I love it. I love cinema games, you know, give, you know, that's just more art. It's just more storytelling. So I don't mind setting the controller down and watching a beautiful clip, you know, something like that. Just rope me in, tie me right into it, and you got me. So I It was good. I'm
Yeah,
very. I forget that this game is coming out in February because then I just look down at my computer. It's mid-August, and I'm like, dang, this game is gonna come out soon.
Do you have any
Go ahead.
indication who that guy was that was chasing him in the trailer with the hooded dude?
Was it a zombie? I know zombies
was-
chase people in those.
It was almost like one of the dudes from Resident Evil 4, but I can't put my finger on it. But no, I don't have any indication from that. I felt bad for the guy though, because he's like, "Oh, back on."
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'll get the power back on. No, you won't.
Yeah, no, nah.
This game is going to be, I think, one of the scarier ones. Do you have a preference? Are you going to play in first or third? Do you have a preference of which way you'll play it?
Third.
Yeah, third.
I'm third. I'm a third person guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's what all of the Resident Evils that you love are, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah. For Resident Evil, like I'm strictly third person when it comes to Resident Evil. But even most games, I prefer. Give me the grander scale of a camera. Wrapped up Dead Tank last week, and that first person camera view. Just walking around. Check out
because you can't run because John didn't know about running.
check out my YouTube channel. I uploaded, compiled all my jump scares through it, and man, oh man, you just get that little field of view when person. So you turn the camera and there's something in front of you. My heart can't do it. So you got to give me third person view. Let me see around.
Well, let me show you something real quick, okay? Just real quick. Because you mentioned you're going to play it in third person, which is fine. I know how Mr. X made you feel in the remake, right? I know how he made you feel. So there's a new version of that type of monster.
I ruined a few pair of pants.
Before I show you, do you mind spoiling what one of the characters looks like, or do you want me to save it for you? Because I won't if you're not going to actively go look for it.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Real quick. This is the new stalking bad guy monster, if you will, that is tracking you for most of this game. Here it comes.
It's a picture of Dan.
It's me, fucking son of a bitch. Oh, what the hell?
So
it looks like something out of Lord of the Rings.
That thing, right?
Gross.
That thing will be tracking you, just like Mr. X was.
He's not tracking. He clearly can't see. He's just trying to find his way out of something.
Yeah,
got a whole eye closed.
So
she's got some pink eye going on.
Yeah. So
it's a she to you?
Yeah, it's established. It's a she.
No.
But that's terrifying. You know what I mean? Like I can only imagine. I also can hear in my head is the stomps and what the stomps are.
Like
the
breathing all weird.
No, not even the breathing. It's purely the stomps. That's what always did it for Mr. X. Just the fact that like those stomps get louder and louder as he gets closer and closer. This is probably going to be something like that. And good God, they do it so well. The remake was done so well, right? Even Nemesis was also pretty good. Like I enjoyed that whole thing as well in RE3 remake. But man,
the remake.
That's fantastic. I'm very, very excited about this. This whole thing is going to be really cool.
That's nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Put it away.
I am more. Yeah, get it off the screen. I increasingly get more and more excited about this game. Which they're showing a lot. Do you feel like they're showing more than what has normally been shown for these kind of things, or do you think they're just trying to increase the hype level, give everybody, you know what I mean?
I think they're trying to increase the hype level. We're coming off Resident Evil 4 remake, and of course they added and changed a few things in that game. So of course there was some new stuff, but the skeleton of the game, everybody already knew. Yeah. So, you're coming off that, Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake, those skeletons of those games, you know what they are.
Right.
This is a completely brand new game, a completely brand new story and experience. And so, yeah, I'm totally fine with.
I'm locked in, man.
Gimme.
Yeah, I'm locked in. Hopefully, I mean, I obviously it's one of those situations where I want the game to come out good, but I also want it right now. Right. So like, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this one.
My body is ready.
Yeah. So it's
My body is ready.
They did have a playable. No, I just saw another image. Fuck that. I'm not bringing it up. I'm not going to do that to you guys. But they did have a playable demo. So they had a preview event a while ago, but then they actually had a demo available at Gamescom for this little presentation, which is really cool. So takeaway is pretty positive, I think, for a lot of people for what they can share, which is really, really cool and huge for that. I mean, please let us know in the comments kind of what you guys feel like, what you're liking, what you're looking forward to, the big announcements that came out from Gamescom. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. But the last thing I have are a couple just takeaways, games that released this week. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6. So nothing too crazy over here. We have a game called Discounty, which is a PC, PS5, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Kind of a management game, comes out today, which is the 21st of August.
Don't tell John. John's got to run to the store.
It's a management game. Currently sitting at, I think, an 80 on Metacritic. So that's pretty positive. That's pretty good for a game like that.
On Steam?
That's what PC would mean. Yeah.
He's going to look it up already. He's trying to look it up already.
I missed you saying that.
Let's see here. If I do a quick little synopsis, a warm-ish welcome to Bloomcrest. Your aunt has invited you to manage the local store, Discounty, in the rundown harbor town of Bloomcrest. But beware, not everyone wants you to succeed. Build friendships or make lifelong enemies. Explore Bloomcrest after business hours and get to know the townsfolk. There you go, John. It's a little what I don't want to say cartoony, but kind of it looks like a Nintendo Switch game. If
it almost it looks like it's got like a Pokemon feel to it. The old school.
Yeah, top down. Yeah, no, if you looked at it, Dan, I think you'd understand what he's mean.
Okay, at least the top down.
Cool, like, yeah, looks neat, cozy game, kind of nothing too crazy, but should be fun. It looks kind of neat. Actually, is there a Steam page up here? It is right there.
20% off right now. $20 on sale for 16.
Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby there. Another one.
Go make enemies with everybody.
Yeah, see how that goes. That'd be a cool way to play that game. Another game is called Herdling. This game actually released on I think today as well. Yeah, today. This is an adventure game.
Game Pass. Yep.
PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch 2, but also released on Game Pass. It's an adventure game. Herdling stampedes onto PlayStation 5 August 21st. Head on a grand alpine expedition with a herd of lovable beasts as you ascend the mountain path, encounter eerie dangers and surprising obstacles, and forge your way to the mystery at the summit. So that's kind of how that works. Next we have Black Myth Wukong. You're thinking, what? Finally released on Xbox.
Finally.
To a Metacritic. Weird that it's a year after exactly that it came out before. Weird. That's
they were
strange.
having problems.
Yeah, it was the Xbox Series S's fault. Definitely was. I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I believe that. Fucking no, I don't. But Black Myth Wukong came out on the Series X and S. It's an action RPG, kind of Souls-like ish, if you will, but it's a Chinese mythology, which is cool. Very, very cool.
Play as a monkey man.
Yeah, dude. Which I hear the combat's fantastic. There was I don't know if they've updated it since, but a lot of the complaints were that there was no map, so people were getting lost really easily. I think they added that. That came out yesterday, the 20th. We have another game that hit Game Pass called Voidbreaker. Came out for PC. It's a roguelike FPS. Developed by one individual, which is always a fun game to check out, especially when one person develops a game and they get a deal like Game Pass. That's huge. I say what you will about it for larger companies, but one developer gets their payout for that. That's huge. That's really, really cool. That's an early access release, so that's kind of cool. I played a little bit of it. I think I did 1 or 2 runs. It's exactly what you think it would be with a roguelike FPS. if you played that kind of game where it's real high pace, a lot of enemies, a lot of upgrades, those kind of things. But this one's more goofy. Like think of Returnal, right? Returnal, how you had like a lot of those orbs and weapons and those kind of things, a lot of bullets like that. That's kind of how this is, but FPS. So it's a lot of fun. I think definitely worth it if you have Game Pass to give it a try. We got another one here. Shantae Advance, Risky Revolution. That's a re-release of some of the older Shantae games. Coming out PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. It's a 2D action-adventure game. Came out on the 19th. And then we have Sword of the Sea, which came out for PC and PS5. Currently sitting, I think, at an 89 Metacritic, which is really good. If you are, this came from publishers Giant Squid and developer of Giant Squid as well. I think they did. What did they do? Didn't they? Which game did they? Hold on. I got to figure out. They sound very familiar. They did Abzu and the Pathless. That's the games that these developers have put out before. So very cool there. A quick little rundown. Surf across magnificent waves of sand and glistening waters on an epic quest to restore lost ocean. From the visionary artist behind Abzu, The Pathless, and Journey. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
also,
I was something else I was thinking of.
Yeah, Journey. I completely forgot about that one. Sword of the Sea is an atmospheric surfing adventure with fast movement inspired by classic skateboarding and snowboarding games. Currently sitting at a very positive 86% on Steam. So if those kind of games are what you're looking for, those have released this week. Any new games you guys are hopping into before we hop off this episode? Andy, anything you're popping on that you're going to be checking out this coming week or until the next one? Anything in between?
Of the games you mentioned, I've really been waiting for Wukong, although I don't think I'm going to get it right away.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I got a lot of stuff that is coming out in the future that I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
But nothing right away. Touching on the Gamescom a little bit, something that I pre-ordered and I'm looking forward to, the Mortal Kombat collection.
Yep.
I stink at fighting games for the most part, but Mortal Kombat, the lore, I just find it fascinating. I think Ed Boon does such a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been shoring up, getting my missing Mortal Kombat games into my collection, and definitely looking forward to that to play some of those old ones.
Speaking of that, which is awesome because I'm also going to get that game. I love fighting games. I don't have NES. You three don't, right? So it's one of those things where I don't have the fighting.
I do unless I play with you.
I don't have the fighting game group of friends that I used to from like previous work that I used to play with them. So my skills have really dwindled because of you guys. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. That's all
I'll play with you and you can beat me every time.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
It won't take long for them to come back.
What the fuck, guys? Come on.
Oh, hey, let's play UFC. I'm going to be Brock Lesnar. And you don't get to pick anybody else. That's all the fucking fighting games are with you.
That was the demo. Don't
even.
And
you wouldn't let anybody else be you wouldn't let anybody be Brock.
That doesn't sound... Well, I mean, Brock Lesnar, I was a WWE fan. I should be Brock Lesnar.
Come
on.
You know what? The only thing I liked was when I would be Carlos Condit because you could kick the shit out of me and I would never, for some reason, get knocked out.
Dude,
it was the only benefit.
That was some of the most fun shit. Oh, so good.
They just announced that in this Gamescom that Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero and Special Forces are going to be in this,
and also a version of the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. There's another version. Wavelink. Oh my god, I want to make sure I get it right. WaveNet edition of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was originally developed.
I don't really know how you add that, but so the WaveNet was something in an arcade where you could play with other people at other arcades. Yep. So I don't see how that's different than just an online mode.
Well, but I'm sure it's got to be developed differently, right? I think it has to be, right? So I think it's that version of the game which hasn't been playable since 1997. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Not in a lot of places.
You know what? We've mentioned this many times though. that is a peek into what we want to see more of, and that's game preservation, right? This is available now. Something you couldn't play since 1997 is now going to be available in 2025. I think that's when this comes out, if not 2026. But either way, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Even if it's the exact same, but the fact that it's available is really, really cool. What about you, John? You popping into anything new? I know you actually, I wanted to touch on this. Congratulations. You had a video kind of take off on your channel. I'm subjectively, right? I mean, everybody's different. We'll count it as a takeoff because you're very early in this journey. Other people who may have been doing YouTube for a while will be like, what? That's not. So you had a video break 300 views.
Yeah, get on my level. Yeah, that was my first video that broke 300. It was Big Ambitions, the first episode of the game called Big Ambitions. So I think I'm sitting at.
Is that where you have the crappy gift shop?
Yes, the crappy gift shop.
That's right. Yes.
Oh yeah, did you hire your other person for the restaurant? Because you were working at your restaurant and at the. You had what? Everybody. You had the guys all named the same kind of thing.
Back and forth.
Yep. Yeah. I had Terry and
Larry and Gary and Jerry and all
Jerry.
Jerry and Terry or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jerry and Terry.
So I've got. Yep. The first episode premiered a week ago, 14th, and it's got 319 views at the moment. So that was my first video.
Hell yeah.
To crack 300. So very happy about that. Currently sitting at 71 subscribers. So, hey, I'm moving on up. Just literally 4 weeks ago, I was sitting at 50. So,
cool.
In 1 month, I've gotten 20 more. So, I'm appreciating the journey. It's one day at a time. I just plodding along, staying the course. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
You're saying John's quoting things as you say in AA meetings, like one day at a time. You do whatever. You sound like a recovery.
He's addicted to the grind, Dan. That's what it is.
Yeah,
addicted to the grind. Now, tomorrow is Friday the 22nd. Episode 2 drops.
Oh,
so we'll see. We'll see if
the fervor
got
continues.
any retention
for sure,
because that's what matters. It's the retention. So I look at the analytics on my channel and gotta do better with my retention. Need people to come back.
It's harder for new channels with longer videos. It just is. That's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're kind of fighting uphill, which is fine if that's the hill you want to fight.
I know. I mean, I like my head. I don't know how I could. It kills me when my recording hits an hour. I do everything I can to wrap my videos up by an hour. And I wish that I could do even shorter than that. Hell, I wish I could do 20-minute videos. And I'm almost, I don't know, maybe would that be a smarter strategy if I chopped videos up even more? Took an hour video and chopped it up into 3 videos. But I like playing the game. This Big Ambitions game, it pisses me off because I swear I hit the start recording button and then I blink a couple times and then hours went by and I'm like, damn it, I need to stop the recording now. Because I could record 4 hours of me playing this game so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm enjoying it so much. So I don't know. I almost maybe need to see about that. See if I need to if shorter videos would catch a little more. I mean,
trial and error, right? I mean, maybe it's hard also with editing. It's really, really difficult to just be like, hey, this is what I do now. And this is, I'm going to take an hour worth of content and chop it down to 20 minutes, right? I know attention span is what it is today with, whoever's, even this is, I try not to go an hour for a podcast, especially for someone that's new. Right. But how else are you going to get the bits out of it that are good? You know what I mean? So it is, right. This is purely for us. I think this is more people watch it, they watch it. But for you, who's somebody who's trying to build that, trial and error, right? You know what I mean? You could do stuff. You could go ahead and be like, I'm going to do 20-minute videos for so maybe not now, right? Maybe now you do your hour stuff, but then once you find it, we start a new game, you're like, this game, I'm going to start with 20-minute episodes and see what happens, right? So maybe that's a direction you could go since you're really enjoying Big Ambitions. that's really the important thing too, because people want to watch what you're enjoying as well. They're not going to watch stuff that you're like not wanting to play, which you cut the cord on.
Go to this stupid shelf here, pick up this stupid box.
Right.
Hey,
So,
look, put the box down, fucking stupid. People don't want to see that. I mean, actually, I kind of do now that I say it. I kind of would like to see you crash out playing the simulator.
So yeah, but that's all part of it. Learning and adjusting as you go. So.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, 300 views on a video that is about an hour long is pretty good, regardless of what that retention or people sticking around for. So that's awesome. Dan, what about you, buddy?
Congratulations. Sorry.
What about you, Dan? What do you?
I mean, nothing.
Anything new?
I forget when Helldivers comes out in the next few days, right? Like it's sometime before the end of this month. So
I think it is in August. Yeah.
I thought it was honestly, I thought it was today.
Helldivers Xbox release. Fuck you. It just said February 8th, 2024. That's not
what?
Right. That's not right. 26th.
August 26th. Yes. So that may be by the 4th. That should be before the next one.
Yeah.
So
roughly around.
Possibly that. Because I mean that's probably the only one that we talked about that's going to be out, right?
Yeah. I mean on that list, that's
on that list. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I mean, I'm going to continue to probably. I mean, Eve is again a new thing to me again, newish. Yeah, right. They've completely drastically changed it from when I last played, but it's also a very old game.
For sure. Cool. I say if I round it out here, I think I'm in a weird spot where Madden is. I did try this game. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's called Visions of Mana. I tried it.
I was on when you were trying it.
Not my cup of tea. But that's okay. It's not because it's like one of those. It's a Square Enix game, so it is what it is. And one of those Mana games are really, really cool normally. This one didn't.
Some of the Mana games are great. Some of them are trash.
Yeah, it's too slow building for me, and I was not ready to just do that. I don't think so. Maybe it's a wrong mindset, wrong time for me to play the game, but it is what it is. But I think I'm going to continue Madden 26. If not, just play Ultimate Team, do some of the challenge, see what I can get. I'm going to try to build the best Giants team that I can because I'm a big Giants guy. It's so
Aren't you
early.
The Taiwan or somewhere overseas?
Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo the Tokyo Giants is what I am. I relocated to New York Giants.
Did you see that clip of Abdul Carter getting laid out?
No, I didn't. Wait, is it like a real clip or a Madden clip?
Yeah, it was in I think a preseason game. It's a real clip. They hiked the ball and he was going towards the quarterback and the right tackle. I think it was a tight end. Just leveled him.
Oh my god! Cheap shot or actually? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No, it was was talking about.
What?
Huh?
I said that's not really relevant to what Jordan was talking about.
The Giants.
I know, but Abdul Carter? He's a Giant, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a Giant.
Yeah. So it's relevant.
Yeah, it fits. Yeah, the shoe fits a little bit. Yeah. It's on a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Size 9 on 9.5.
Yeah, but it's there.
He got laid out twice though. He got leveled by that tight end, and then he pops up, and then like the right tackle like finishes, knocks him down again, and then the caption of the video.
Jesus Christ.
League Brook.
Oh yeah, well that's not a joke. Yeah, he's that's man, you're going against giants up there in the line. Holy shit, yeah. I could only imagine.
No pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm in a weird spot. If I'm not playing Madden, I'm kind of just bouncing around to like games. I don't have a story game that I'm trying to play right now, if that makes sense. I'm just kind of bouncing around. Delta Force is one I played. Peak was one I played. So I think I need to pick one. There's obviously one in the backlog. There always will be. So maybe I just hop on Xbox.
Yeah, you're working towards New Tycoon?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there slowly but surely.
Your wife can help you set everything up. She knows what she's doing.
Do what you did for Godfather 2, but have her do that for me on Zoo Tycoon.
Yep. Just come on over.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you sit over here and play the game, and then I will go over there and play whatever the hell. So,
I love that game. Godfather 2. It's one of the best games I've ever played.
Are you still streaming?
I didn't last Saturday.
Vacation.
So I've only just done the 2 weeks. Yeah.
Are you planning for this Saturday?
I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Twitch.tv/Leprechaun Bomb. If you want to go check
That's
it out.
me.
I think 9 p.m. Eastern time, potentially.
Eastern time. That's right.
Cool.
You don't
Very
go by
cool.
the universal calendar and clock.
You can watch this guy in The Godfather run like Usain Bolt friggin' everywhere.
Yes, the
I
character.
got him. I'm watching John over here, and the dude is the fastest runner I've ever seen. Could probably run to the other places faster than driving that car.
Well,
That's right.
John like
John is.
upgraded his speed, and I'm like, you don't have any speed. What are you talking about?
Well, hey, we all know John likes to fast forward his content, so maybe that's what he's doing.
You're brave to watch it again, Andy. I'm surprised you didn't.
Yeah.
That's probably why you were not feeling well.
Should have known. He's
Got you again.
1,000%
That's true.
fast forward on his stream.
Oh well.
Looks like I'm up to seven followers on Twitch.
Let's go. Hell yeah. Love to see that. I'm gonna get on there and make sure I host you. Not that matters, but I'll do that anyways.
All right. I don't know what that means, but all right. I trust you.
Jesus Christ.
You idiot.
Host
You don't
away.
just blindly trust people.
Got him.
You don't know what he could be doing. It's just gonna be a scrolling message. LB's sells drugs.
Yep. Look into LB's drug empire.
There's a connection. They're selling.
All right, boys. Well, hey, I do appreciate the time. Thanks so much for joining us. If you stuck around to the end of this, we appreciate you even more. Of course, check next week. We'll see you guys probably same time, Friday. We'll post. And maybe someday we'll release the lost episodes that keep disappearing. I can't explain it. Thanks so much for being here. Let us know what you are excited about for Gamescom, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.